I don't want to begin to throw
bullshit. We're not talking bullshit.
Mr. Lebogan, let me land.
Let's correct how we put words. Let's correct how we strategically put words, right? You said crime exists in every society. So that's true. In every society there's bad apples. But how come bad apples of South Africa are not all over Nigeria creating havoc? But the bad apples of Nigeria are wait. Bad apples of Nigeria are all over our communities creating havoc. How is it so? So we can agree that all countries have got bad apples, but how come our bad apples are not affecting you in Nigeria?
Okay, thank you very much. I will respond to that because first and foremost, Nigeria, South Africans most of the times do not have the reasons to leave their country. The reasons they don't have to leave their country, one is what is one of the reasons, and secondly, when you find they say what's it called? Positive attracts the negative, while likes is likes for likes. If I come to your country and I don't find that fertile ground to carry out any activity, whether good or bad, I came with.
Now you want to insult South Africa? No. Bullshit. You want to insult South Africa and talk nonsense about South Africa?
That's bullshit.
You guys are saying.
Why is the crime also striving in your country?
Bullshit.
The very same thing is striving in your country.
You guys are saying I didn't consider.
No.
Bullshit.
Yo. Mr. Essay on point.
In Nigeria, the crime is too much. The criminality is too much there in Nigeria.
It's on point. Wait, there's a loophole in what he's saying. Let's allow him to finish, and then there's a loophole. There's a big loophole in what he's saying. Allow him to land. Speak, Ali.
All right. Thank you very much. This is very important that we understand ourselves. We don't. When you guys are saying a lot of things, you say a lot of things about the country that, on a moral ground or an emotional ground, I may pick offense, but I do not, because I know that some of these things are true. But at some point, when I'm making some points, please allow me land.
Because it's not true. Because for us, it's not true.
No, allow me land. When I land, then you debunk it.
That's what I'm saying.
When I land, then you debunk it, sir. Mr. Lebogang, please. You see, when we come to South Africa, in any crime committed, there are three or more factors. We have the opportunity, most importantly, opportunity. And that opportunity is seized by an individual that comes to do something. If he sees the opportunity, he takes it. But if there is no opportunity, he leaves. So as individuals in South Africa, let me not even use South Africa, as individuals in Africa, because I'm also passionate about this continent, as individuals in Africa, let us try. As members of corporate societies, as members of government, as members of any society, let us try to, as much as we can, remove every window of opportunity in our society that will promote criminal activities. So maybe as we're accusing other foreigners of carrying out crimes in our country, let us look inward. What are those loopholes? What are those things that we have on ground that is attracting these bad Nigerians? If we Nigerians are claiming that a lot of Nigerians are good people, why is South Africa or other continents not attracting the good part of Nigerians? Why always all these bad guys, they are coming? So let's look inwards too, as we are pointing fingers.
Okay.
But it's not only they are not doing bad only in South Africa, remember? They are not criminal Nigerians are not doing nonsense only in South Africa, remember?
Yeah,
what are you saying about that?
Yeah, you are right, Lebogan. So, Mr. Ali, the weakness of what you just said is again, you're removing your own responsibilities as the people of Nigeria. I will repeat, it's not the responsibilities of other countries to make sure that they don't have your criminals. Your criminals escape your own government first before the other. You can blame the other government of other countries. It's your government that fails to contain their own criminals, while other countries are containing their own criminals, like e.g. South Africa. South Africa is that parent who's responsible. Hence, we are not sending our criminal kids to Nigeria. On the other side, you are a failed parent who's sending your kids to steal in the other house of another man. You know what happens when I get kids from your house stealing in my house? I blame the father as well, because it's not my responsibility to make sure that your kids don't jump my fence. It's your responsibility. I can analyze your kids jumping my fence and even attack your house if this thing you keep sending your kids who are being a problem in my house. You understand how these things work? The fact that South African government can keep its own criminals without sending them to Nigeria to affect your communities there, that means we are a responsible nation. We are a responsible people. It's not that we don't have criminals. It's not that there's no opportunities in Nigeria to exploit. I mean, your country barely functions. There's resources that are there that we can just send our criminals who are actually well educated mining engineers and all that. They can come and capitalize on those resources, and then we can loot them out of your country. Have we done that? No. What? Because we are moral people who will never justify sending our own criminals to other countries and turn around and say it's the responsibilities of other countries. No. The criminals in South Africa, if they escape our borders and become criminals in other countries, that bears our responsibilities, not the responsibilities of those countries. Do you understand how these things work? It's not the responsibility of other countries to make sure that they don't have your criminals. It's your responsibility as people of Nigeria, as the nation of Nigeria, as the government of Nigeria, to make sure that your contaminated criminals don't escape your borders. But you fail to do that. You fail to live up to your responsibilities, and you want to dump it on other countries and make it as if other countries are failures. South Africa has got actually no. Let me make this point. South Africa is an oiled machine that works. Our statistics works. Our systems works way better than Nigeria. We are a bulletproof. The reason why your criminals are here is because they are determined to be in South Africa, because South Africa has got everything. That's the reason why. Don't make up an excuse and act as if it's our responsibility. Your criminals are here because it's our responsibility. That's a secondary problem. The initial problem, the primary problem, it's you failing to contain your criminals in Nigeria and making it the problem, the global problem. Not only South Africa. Brother from Botswana was here complaining about the same thing. Kenyans are complaining about the same thing. How many countries are you going to continue to blame off your own criminals that are escaping Nigeria? You cannot blame the whole world for your own criminals from Nigeria. It's the responsibility of your nation to make sure that
Mabuso, easy.
No, we have to be clear. Point, no.
You have said.
Aliu, I protected you when everyone was shouting. I have to put this point clear in your head, because many of your people like to do this. And I said here, as I said here earlier on, I said it's at the interest of Nigerians to protect your criminals. You have to make your criminals the problem of other countries, because if you can agree and accept responsibility, that means you will have to put up work. You will have to work on the problem. But you don't want to accept that because you don't want to work. You are a bunch of lazy nation. You want to continue blaming other countries but yourselves. You want to blame everyone else but yourselves as a nation, and that's the weakness of Nigeria. That's why nothing works there. Even your own citizens will rather blame the government instead of doing something. That's the weakness of Nigeria.
It's a truth.
The
way you are presenting your country, you are saying it as if your country's milk and honey. You need to know the region, especially your region where you come from, the Hausa region in the north. It's one of the problematic area. The north, the whole north, is problematic because of criminals. The kidnappings and the terrorists is actually done in your region. So you cannot come here and claim or try to advise anything, because you are failing to contain this criminality. Lagos is the capital city of the 419, the scams in the whole world. You know very well the FBI is also going up and down to come and control that, because it's your country, your police cannot control it anymore. And you know very well that there are some states there in your country, they are cannibalists. They eat human meat. It's not a joke, Oga. You know the rituals that you guys are doing there. So you out of all these people cannot come and advise anyone, but advise your own. You know very well there's a problem of the Biafra there, in Enugu and the Igbo state there. With the Yoruba, even in Lagos, to this day, you know very well that the Lagos people are now complaining, the Yorubas, about the Igbos. But this is the topic for another day. I'm just reminding you of your fellow friends, your fellow neighbors, the Fulanis, what they are doing there. Uncivilized, doing things that are uncivilizing, slaughtering people like they are animals. Huh? You need to know these things.
I wish you have time. Let me explain this.
No. I'm just telling you.
Before you continue,
I'm telling you.
Before you continue,
I understand. I understand.
All
these rhetorics will not solve the big problems.
There's no. You see your arrogance. No, listen. Your arrogance is when you start by saying all this rhetoric. That's just to show you that you don't even take responsibility. So I don't know why you are here if you don't want to take any responsibility. After we have told you all the facts that we have told you, you still want to tell us that it's rhetoric. No, you can do it somewhere else.
I told you.
You can do it somewhere else, not here.
Very angry with whatever that is going on. We are not happy.
But why you saying that rhetoric? What is rhetoric?
We are not happy.
Why you saying that they are rhetoric?
We are not happy.
Why you saying that rhetoric?
With whatever is going on.
Yeah, but stop refraining from. You need to refrain from calling it rhetoric.
Okay, it's fine.
It's reality.
Okay, it's reality. It's reality. What my point is we are being too emotional, sir. We are being too emotional. I understand.
No.
I understand where this thing is coming from.
Listen.
I understand.
Powder is destroying kids. You need to understand. Powder is destroying kids. And
yes.
Everyone who has got kids, you know very well that you need to be emotional. Don't you have kids?
Of course, I have.
If someone touches your kids, aren't you going to be emotional? So please stop talking about emotionality. Stop talking about emotions, please. We are talking about the topic, and stop talking about emotions. Okay.
But do you think if we do it with emotions, we are going to get results?
No, you are the ones who come up with the attitude. That is why we are responding with this kind of attitude. You were here friendly, understanding, and we allowed you, and we were talking to you nicely. But now you started to behave like Chaco.
What did I go wrong? What did I go wrong?
You said the rhetoric. You said all the rhetoric.
Okay,
you are saying that you need to refrain from that.
Let me reframe.
Thank you.
Let me reframe my statements. And essay on points, please. A lot of this, we must understand this thing that is going on, as every other thing that is going on in other parts of Africa. Is paining me. It's paining me. Judging from the crisis in the Sudan, come to Somalia, come to the DRC, come to even Nigeria and all other Sahel countries in West Africa. A lot of these things, we all know, these things are coming from all these insecurities, especially in my region, as you have mentioned. All these things have been exposed. These things are coming from outside, and they are coming because of some raw materials that we have, and because of failed leadership, these things have not been taken care of, and they have to destabilize our region so that they will steal it. So all these things are not entirely the fault of Nigerians. So, like I said, leadership.
So when you say all this,
leadership failure. Let me land.
No, but can you link? No, but you're having engagement. Can you link the powder and the kidnapping of people with the leadership in Nigeria? Can you link it with the leadership?
Moboso have made an important point. I would love to address.
Yes, I'm asking. No, I'm asking a question. Can you link the corruption? The criminality of powder that you are selling all over the world with the leadership of Nigeria?
When you come to crimes, we will understand that some failures in leadership.
But we are talking
leads to
about crime. We are talking about
Yes.
crime right now.
Some failures in leadership leads to crime.
Can you name that crime? Can you name one crime that is directly linked to your leadership failures that is affecting South Africa and the rest of the world? Name all those crimes that are linked with your failure, the government failures, our leadership failures. Please.
Essay on point. I think it will be unfair for you to just direct me to say what you want to hear. Let me say what I have. So when you counter it, I will learn. But
as a point, when all about man in thing, got many people but Chris, let's give them a chance, my brother.
that is the point. I don't think that is the point I'm trying to make.
I've been waiting here for some time now. That's on point. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Maposo. You've been waiting, yes, and these people, they came before you. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
The love, the Nigerian love we know is very deep to Americans. That one is deep, my
It's
friend.
not only the Nigerian love. It's all Africa.
Yeah.
It's all Africa.
Yes,
Even South Africa. Even South Africa
Yes,
love Russia too.
All right. Yeah.
Wait, hello. Go ahead, my boss.
Yeah. No. You see how Taco was dancing around the bush, running around and not responding to what was initially said by the brother from Botswana. That's what Nigerians do. Generally, that's what they've committed. That's what they've committed. You know, even the so-called good Nigerians are committed to doing that. They do that for their own social benefit. So the job of every Nigerian, whether the so-called good or bad, they have to defend the criminality done by Nigerians outside Nigeria. So this serves them a great purpose to do that. First, most Nigerians know a Nigerian living outside Nigeria, whether a relative or a friend of friend, but they likely to know someone living outside Nigeria. These people living outside Nigeria, whether they generate income through illegal means or through legal means, it doesn't matter. For them, they are the ambassadors. Every Nigeria is the ambassador of another Nigeria living outside Nigeria because they're protecting their own interest. Nigeria itself as a country doesn't generate income for its citizens. It doesn't generate food security for its citizens. It doesn't generate any means of survival for the future. So their interest is to protect Nigerians outside Nigeria. You need to understand this very deeply. It doesn't matter what they say, their intentions, deep inside their hearts, their interest is to protect a Nigerian outside Nigeria.
What I want to know is, these Nigerians.
Wait. My boss is still speaking, please, let's wait for my boss to finish, and then we will engage. Mute, please, because after my boss, it will be MK. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I listen to Nigerians very close when they speak. It's at their own interest to protect Nigerian criminality or any Nigerian outside Nigeria, whether it's a criminal or not. Because one, these people, they believe that the Nigerians outside Nigeria are beneficiary to them. They believe that they bring some income back at home, they bring some investment back at home. So they have to protect these people. Number two, every Nigerian don't want these Nigerians to come back to Nigeria because that puts more pressure on them. For every Nigerian outside Nigeria, it's a relief for Nigerians inside Nigeria. It's -1. Because if they come back to Nigeria, it's a whole big problem because already they are more populated in a small country and they are competing for the remaining fewer resources. By the way, remember, most resources of Nigeria are leaving the country. Most of their resources that should be benefiting the country are going off the country because they are controlled by outsiders, mostly the Europeans. So the Nigerians left in Nigeria are left to vent for whatever is available. No available infrastructure, no available sort of jobs that are generating income for families. So they survive by depending on Nigerians outside Nigeria. So you need to understand this deeply, that they will protect this, they will fight and they will reject anything that wants to push an agenda that Nigerians are not good, they must be sent back home. It's not at their interest. To deport Nigerians is never at the interest of Nigerians at home. So they fighting for their own interest to keep Nigerians outside the country because that benefits them. That means lesser population for them. That means lesser competition for the fewer resources remaining, and an opportunity for those people who are outside to send the resources back at home. So this is personal for them. You on the other side, you are telling them that these people are bringing mess into your country. They don't care about that.
Okay.
So they not
Heard that.
Wait, man.
But yeah, no,
wait.
the thing is, Do you guys?
Piri, wait.
gonna benefit from
Who's
us?
speaking?
I want
Is
to
it
know.
big?
Do you guys gonna benefit?
Yo. Piri, wait. Kiakukupa, please wait for Maposo to finish. Quiet, my boss.
Yes, so we can debate with them, we can argue with them all day, night. It's up to countries that are infested with criminals from Nigeria to let's just focus on getting these people out of our countries. Every Nigerians, be it in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, they're going to fight to protect their own interest because they have nothing at home. They stand to lose everything at home. So their interest is more on other countries because they haven't built anything in Nigeria. Nigeria is not safe for them. It's not generating any income for them. You think they're going to agree that Nigerians are problematic. You think they're going to agree that their people must be deported. It's not at their interest. Their interest is to fight to protect Nigerians in other countries so that they stand a chance to survive. Even if these Nigerians are doing havoc, criminality and all that, they will still defend them because Nigerians are so used to crime that they don't think it's a big deal. You complaining and trying to debate with them, it's a waste of time because for them, criminality is so normal back at home that they actually get outraged by you when you complain about crime. They're not used to people complaining about crime because crime in Nigeria is no longer a thing to notice. It's just normal. It's a means to survive. Crime in Nigeria, it's a means to survive. So they have legalized crime. So you coming from a civilized country like South Africa where there's order, where there's systems in place to track certain things, they don't understand when you are fighting back. They don't understand when you are pushing back because that's not their culture. It's no longer their culture.
Which that thing.
All right. So all I'm trying to say as one point is that let's not.
No,
be
the thing is. Now let me tell you something. The thing is.
So all I'm trying to say as one point is that let's not be surprised when they have to constantly debate and try to push back on this idea. The brother from Botswana just explained everything we go through. A Kenyan can call in and explain exactly everything South Africans explain. A black American can call in, explain everything we've been explaining. They will still push back because it's not that they don't hear you. It's not that they don't believe what you're saying. It's not that they don't hear the truth. It's just not at their interest as a country. The Nigeria depends so much on criminality. That's why on the other life I said I think even their government is involved because it's a means to their survival. Criminality is a means to survive.
And also, you know what's weird? Ne? If now we were to change the topic and say, please, let's talk about Nigeria and the issues within Nigeria. Let's invite Nigerians. Abu Takol will be here and they will start to exposing that tribe that is causing this problem. And the very same Taco has been telling us. He forgot that he came to these places telling us about the tribes that are doing these things. Perhaps even Alu can even explain better.
Yeah,
but
so
when we talk about these things, it's a problem. But go ahead.
Yes, my point was just to say it's not that they don't know what they do. The same problem we complain about, they facing them back at home, done by other Nigerians. Remember, Nigerians started by destroying Nigeria itself before they can go to other countries and import this same culture we see. This same culture is rife back at home. Charity begins at home. The criminality you see, human trafficking, powder, organ harvesting, they have done it at home for decades to centuries. It's nothing new to them. It's just not at their personal interest to accept responsibility. Remember, if they have to agree with us that Nigerians are problematic, and they have to agree with many countries that they deporting Nigerians, they don't want anything to do with them, it's just not at their interest. These Nigerians are going to go home and compete with them for the resources that are already not there. The resources are squashed close to nothing. and then they will cut the income that generated by Nigerians outside Nigeria, be it in the illegal means or legal means, it doesn't matter. So their interest is to protect their image, that even if they know their image is messed up, they will still fight to protect it, because their only hope to survive is the means through other countries, not
But
through
also
Nigeria.
bring facts. Don't talk with emotions. Bring facts.
Hello, please. Hello.
So it's just
Let
not
my boss finish.
it's just not at their interest to agree with you. So their job is to oppose what you say, even if it's true. Every Nigerian knows that what we say about their people is true. They know that they are known for power and scheming. These things are there every week in. They find them doing these things. Even in Nigeria, they busted about 800 of them now doing scheming. It's known worldwide. It's not that they don't know. It's not that they don't agree with you. Deep inside, they agree. They know. It's just not at their personal interest. It's not their interest to agree with you. It's not their interest to agree that Nigerians are problematic and must be deported. That doesn't favor them. They have to push an agenda and oppose, because everything outside Nigeria is their means to survive. That's just reality. I'm not even making these things up. But yeah, thanks, Ezzy, on point. I'm a co-host as well. So these people, when they speak over me, I don't know, because I can always mute them. So when you try to speak over me, do it with I'm just patient, but don't overdo it, because I can drop you if you overspeak me. So I'm just being civilized here. I allowed every one of you to speak without interruption. Don't interrupt me. Thanks, Ezzy, on point. Thanks, brother.
Oh, thanks. And then you said Alu, you were saying facts. You think are you saying you don't know these facts that my boss was talking about? You don't know these facts.
That's on point. I agree. I agree with a lot of points Maboso spit out, but these are points that you also will agree with me that in everywhere in the world there are crimes and criminalities. You can never live a society that is free of all these things.
Wait now. Wait now. Please, don't put any excuse of anything. The whole country is crying about the very thing. When you come, the whole world is crying. You understand what I'm saying? They are not crying about South Africa when it comes to the things that my boss were talking about. They are crying about Nigeria. So please don't make other things that are not relevant to that and make them as an example. We are talking about the criminality that is happening because of Nigerians, the whole world. You understand what I'm saying? If you think of scamming, Nigeria is one of those countries.
Thank you very much. You said Nigeria is one of those countries. Essay on point.
Yes,
thank you very much. You said Nigeria is one of those countries.
Listen.
It means you understand that there are other countries.
Listen, Oga. I'm telling you right now, and let's not waste each other's time, because what my boss was saying, all that he said is facts. So let's not waste each other's time. I want you to debunk him. If you want to debunk him, because you were saying,
can you let us?
You're not allowing me. You're not allowing me. You're not letting me. You're not letting me. That's it.
We are not shouting here. We don't behave like that.
I'm not shouting.
You were
I'm not shouting.
Yes. Don't even shout. Not here, Oga. Not here. This is not the other spaces where we shout at each other here. We are well behaved. That is why you see that guy Taco. Is it Taco? He's gone now because he was trying to behave like animal. And we can remove him anytime if he behaves like that. You see, we just giving him a chance.
No, essay on point. I did not shout. I did not shout.
This one.
I did not shout.
Please don't allow that nonsense here back. Yeah, go ahead. Don't allow that nonsense to come back here, Taco. Please, don't allow that nonsense. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
Essay on point. There are points that Maboso raised about the government being behind of it. In Nigeria, I'm sure you guys have done your research. You will have found out that we have a lot of anti-graft agencies. We have agencies that are dealing with criminals and criminalities, even collaborating with security forces from other countries. to try to yes to try to tame all these things. That's the point. Maboso was saying that he thinks the government are also behind this. That's to tackle that point, that the government to have put all these things into place. It shows a lot
Let me give
that
you an
they are
example.
not they are not
Well, look what
together with
happened
these
with the
people.
point.
Okay,
Then
let me give you an example, Ali. Let me interject you, Ali. Do you know that American government has been fighting terrorism for ever since their empire? They've been making excuses saying the Middle Eastern is full of terrorism. Do you know who's been fighting the terrorists and at the same time funding terrorism? It's the American government. Just because government is doing one thing and they announce it, it doesn't mean they don't go behind the doors and encourage it as well. Your government can work with FPI on the other end and other agencies from other countries to block certain things, but at the same time they can still be behind it, making sure that these scammers are protected and all that. Governments do a lot of facade things. They just put a face just to, as if they are doing something. Governments always do that. So that what you're saying is not an argument. There's no way that one country can continue to have so much scammers that are based even in your country, and you say your government is working to eradicate this problem. No, your government is behind this. The powder pushers, the scammers, human traffickers. There's no way that your country can be so much corrupt like this without your government being an enabler. Your government is definitely eating. I mean, even your sitting president is being accused of being a powder peddler in the past. What are we talking about here? These are just hard facts, man. You can speak, man, but I'm telling you the truth.
Maboso tenga manu are ukupa remove kare hatsebi to remove himself. Tenga manu or kema tanga manu kodim that ke bona the message from Unshamedly South African.
Okay.
Maboso, I agree with you. I agree with you in some things, like I said, but I need to land with my point, because I believe why I even joined this. I listened for a while before joining this platform, because I believe I will be talking to intellectuals, and at the end of the day, we'll have something to go back home with. Me personally, I see us as Africans, and I see us as brothers. I am totally against crimes and criminality, both in the country and outside the country. But I'm trying to bring to bear what I myself know and what I have observed. So I think I should land then before the counter. I am not here to cause trouble. I am not here to argue. I am here to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So the issue of saying there's nothing on ground, that we wish our brothers outside to stay because when they come back, they come and drag with what we don't have here, I don't think is entirely true, sir. You see, if you look at the Nigerian man, even if sometimes we do it the wrong way, we always strive to survive, as you said. We strive to survive, we try to make it, we try to even make it big. So that is why all these things, if you go to everywhere around the world, you will find Nigerians. Unfortunately, you find some of them engaged into crimes and criminalities. Unfortunately, we don't like that. But we would have loved them to even come back, because they will constitute the human resources. Our biggest problem in this country is leadership. It's leadership. If the country is working the way it should, I bet you guys you will not find any Nigerian outside. If you find a Nigerian outside, he's there to enjoy himself. So we are hardworking people. A larger chunk of Nigerians are hardworking people. And as Africans, let's always give each other the benefit of doubt. Let's embrace ourselves. Open this border.
Should we give the benefit of the power?
Never, not
Should we give the benefit of the doubt to criminality?
To criminals.
Okay.
Not all Nigerians are criminals.
Never, not Nigerians.
Should we give
not Nigerians?
I have had a South African HR manager in one of the humanitarian agencies have worked before. We worked with her. And she herself, before leaving the country, she actually debunked some of those things she got before coming, and
Like
even
what?
while in
Which
the country.
things?
Like what?
Okay, which things did she bang? Like what?
Thank you very much. Because when she was about to come to the country, she was told that whenever you come to the country, do not trust any. She was told that do not trust any Nigerian. And if you're working with them, you must be vigilant. And
That's true.
while she was working with some
That's
section of
true,
us,
Oga.
while she was
That's
working
true.
with, yes, I'm coming, sir. Let me learn.
Yes.
While she was working with a lot of us, and let me even give you the organization. It is MSF, the Doctors Without Borders. So when she came, we had both local and national staff. We have over 300 staff. But when she was leaving Nigeria to South Africa, she made a comment that I will never forget in my life. So that goes a long way for us to tell us.
But you must also, but you must also tell what the issues are happening in Nigeria. Corruption.
I have agreed with a lot of corruptions.
So that is why we have to warn South Africans, wherever they go, wherever they meet a Nigerian, they must be very careful. That one we cannot debunk that.
What if we also have the same? What if we also have the same?
It's fine. It's fine. That's
for
not
South
the same problem.
Africans. How
That
can
is
we
your
work
own
together
problem.
and make the continent
That is your
better?
own issues.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Fine.
Do that.
It's fine.
Do that as well. No one is stopping you from doing that.
But do you agree that we should play on a level playing ground? Every
Level
African,
play
not
ground with
Nigerian.
Nigerians. We can't play level ground with Nigerians.
I'm very sure, Mr. Lebogang, I'm very sure in the nearest future, all these your emotions and all these thoughts, they are going to go down. I'm very sure about that.
Never, not with Nigerians. We trusted them, we allowed them to be in the country. We trusted them for a lot. They took us for granted. Not with Nigerians.
I agree with you. I understand where you are coming from, sir. I understand where you are coming from, sir. But have you tried traveling out of Nigeria, sir? Mr. Lebogang?
Yes, I did. Yes, I've traveled to Nigeria. What's your point? I did. I've traveled to Nigeria. What is your point?
Where did you stay, sir? Where did you stay in
I'll
Nigeria?
never go to Nigeria. I'll rather go to Ghana.
I've traveled to Nigeria.
What's your point? Nigeria.
Lebogang,
It's me who has been to Nigeria. What's your point, Oga?
Is it Eso Point? Are you the one who have been to Nigeria?
Yes, Oga. What's your point?
No.
So,
Hey, guys,
what part of Nigeria have you been, and how many weeks did you stay in Nigeria?
And I've been to Nigeria a couple of times, actually. You know, I've been to Sokoto. I've been to many places. You know, Lagos, Abuja, Enugu, Delta, you name them.
On what basis?
What's your point, Oga?
Did you stay there for work or you went there for visit? I want to lay a point. I want to bring down
for my business. So don't worry about it. It's none of your business, but it was for personal reasons.
Okay, it's fine. But because I want to know your experience.
Actually, one of my friends is from Nigeria.
So I will want to know your experience from your various.
It was it's not for fainted heart. So that's why we always warn South Africans, whenever you go there, hey, you must be very careful. There are some states where you are likely to be kidnapped. You know,
Mr. Eliu.
Mr. On point, I want you to be clear here. Just what are your experiences? Just what are your experiences?
Mr. Eliu.
No, I don't understand your reasons. I'm busy explaining you my experience. It is a wonderful country.
It's on point.
What's your point, Chief?
Let me just say this, Mr. Eliu. The people of Nigeria are likely to, other than trying to scam and beg and all that, they likely to treat